Do you have a vision for your relationship?
This is Love Smarter, the show for women who want extraordinary love and aren't afraid to learn for it. Here's your host, Laurie-Anne King.
In this episode, you will learn what a relationship vision is, where your current one came from, and why it is so important to create a new one. What is a vision? I am not talking about your eyesight. I'm talking about the future you are imagining. A vision is simply the future you are moving towards, and a relationship vision is the future you're moving towards in your relationship. In many areas of our lives, we have consciously created visions. Often people have a conscious vision for the future of their career. Perhaps when you took your first entry-level job, you had a vision of where that job would take you, or a vision of your next promotion, or where you wanted to be within 5 to 10 years. Most people don't have this kind of consciously created vision for their romantic relationship. Here's why having a vision is so important. We observe but a sliver of what there is to actually perceive. Our brains are constantly bombarded with stimulus, majority of which doesn't actually make it into our conscious awareness. The brain functions as a filter or as a reducing valve, shutting out perceptions, memories, and thoughts that are not necessary to survival. Let's get a sense of this. Stop and imagine in this moment that you're aware of all of your senses simultaneously. You are hearing every sound being made in the background, feeling the air against your face, noticing the temperature of the room, smelling any scent, noticing how your clothes feel against your skin, how fast your heart is beating, paying attention to your breath, feeling air go in and out of your nostrils, all while seeing clearly in your peripheral vision and feeling your tongue on the back of your teeth. All of these and many more sensations are possible in this single moment, and it would be really overwhelming to be aware of all of them at once. So our brain does something very smart. It filters the amount of information our conscious mind receives. How does it do that? Enter the reticular activator system. This part of our brain is the portal through which nearly all information enters the brain. The reticular activator system filters the incoming information and affects what you pay attention to. It also affects how aroused you are, just for a point of interest. This is the system that's in control of what is or is not going to get into your conscious awareness. So how does it know what to filter in and what to filter out? Well, for survival's sake, your reticular activator system responds to anything that threatens your survival. It also responds to your name or any information that you need immediately. The rest of what is filtered in or out is influenced by your vision and your beliefs. Here's a classic example of the filter at play. It's the experience of purchasing a new car. When my husband and I first bought our Prius, I thought we were special and unique until we drove off the lot. For the next 2 weeks, I saw Prius cars everywhere I went. Seriously, everywhere. Was there suddenly a surge in Prius cars in California the same week that I bought my car? No, my filtering mechanism had changed. My subconscious mind had been seeing the cars all along. But since that stimulus was previously unimportant, it had never made it past my reticular activator system into my conscious mind, and I remained completely unaware of the plethora of Priuses all around me. But once I purchased my Prius, my filtering mechanism changed. It suddenly became important information to be aware of Prius cars. How else would I find my car in a parking lot? I still have trouble with that, to be honest. So this formerly unconscious stimuli made it into my conscious mind. I had been seeing the Prius cars all along. The difference was I now became aware of them. Our vision and beliefs are so important because they are what influences what bits of reality we consciously become aware of. We always have a vision, whether we actively create it or not. And this vision gives signals to our reticular activator system about what information to pay attention to. If we didn't have this vision to filter out our awareness, we would go crazy from overstimulation. So if we always have a vision, where does a vision that you didn't consciously create come from? Well, it's inherited. Until we actively create our vision, we will unconsciously pull from models that we've seen in our life, like your parents' relationship, movies, culture, media, anything in your past. And you may end up moving towards a vision that you don't actually want. It's a good idea to actively create a vision in any area of your life that's important to you. It is a good idea to actively create a vision in all of the important areas of your life, but especially your romantic life. I'm going to go as far as to say if what you're interested in is an epic, lifelong love, then you must consciously create a vision for that. There are simply too few models of long-term, passionate love for you to leave it up to chance, hoping that you inherited a sufficient vision. The unconscious vision you've already held has gotten you to the relationship you're already in. If you want a relationship that goes beyond where you are, you're going to need a new vision. So it's time to dream. What do you want your relationship to be like? Hey, did you like this episode? Then you will love my upcoming live online class. You'll leave with insights that improve your love life immediately. Plus, you'll have the chance to ask me anything. This class is completely free and it always fills up quickly, so head on over to laking.tv/free class to register right now. See you in class!